What's up? Today we're gonna build something cool. I'm gonna turn this heaping, steaming pile of garbage into the coolest off-road camper cabin thing you've ever seen, and I'm gonna do it for $1,000 or less or more, but probably less.
Well, how are you gonna do that?
Well, I got the trailer for free. It was left over. It was left on a job. Nobody wanted it, and I ended up with it. There's no title or anything. I'm gonna get a homemade title for it. All the materials I'm gonna be using, it's all reclaimed stuff from construction sites, dumpster diving, leftover projects that I've had, all kind of stuff. So it's gonna be something. First things first though, I want to get this metal off of here. It's not necessary. I don't want it on there. It's just going to make the trailer way heavier than it needs to be. It's welded all the way around the perimeter, so I'm thinking I'm just going to take a grinder, cut like a 1/4 inch in all the way around. Theoretically it should come right off, but I'm sure it'll be a huge pain in the butt and I'll regret doing it. Alright, so now got to cut this axle out of here, make way for the new one over there. That was a pain in the butt. Got it all stripped down though. Now we can start putting the new stuff on it. If you're gonna try doing this, I would strongly recommend buy a better trailer. It's not worth rebuilding an old trailer. I'm pretty much just doing it just to do it, but if I was gonna do it again, I would definitely spend a little bit more, buy a better trailer. Unless you value your time at absolutely nothing, like I do. Junk! The original plan was just to do that, but that won't work. So mount it on there that way. And I just cut out these little plates, weld those over that, and I drill a hole through it. Somebody already cut a notch in this frame for some reason, and it happens to land, like my spring needs to be like right there. So I think I'm gonna mount it up here. I don't really see any reason why I couldn't. And the spring will swing down under there. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, I don't know. I'm not an engineer. Voila! Bolts through to the other side here. Let's do the other side. Magic. Here's the next problem. That ain't gonna work. Not sure which way I want to run this axle. Ideally, you'd put these springs on the top, have it down here, and that would give you lift, but I don't think I need that much lift. This thing's gonna, I don't want it sitting way up in the air. So this is a 37, and that thing, it would go up another about 3 inches. I don't think I want the deck any higher than it is sitting right here, because then it's going to be way too high. And I think that looks pretty good, so I think I'm going to try mounting the axle on the bottom side of the spring with it going upward like it's supposed to be. Hopefully that'll get me close to where I want to be. It worked out pretty good. Math was right for once. I laid it up in there to make sure it was going to fit, but just going to clean these up and butt weld it. I would like to sleeve it, but I don't have anything to sleeve it with, so it'll either hold or it won't. Got a problem. I was a little overconfident with this shackle angle, and that's no good. So when I put weight on it, that happens. So instead of cutting this off and doing all that, I'm just going to add another one back here where it needs to be. That's better. I can live with that. I decided just to do a single shear style shock mount. I was going to use the double shear ones, but the way it worked out, this cross member just happened to be in a good spot, and I can put the shock right in there, and it's simple. One more thing we got to do these shocks before we can install them. And perfect. Fully rebuilt shocks. Bet you ain't never seen a trailer with race suspension like that. Got some really old leaf springs and some Fox shocks. This thing's ready for the Baja 1000. Just got a message on Marketplace. I found some tires for this thing, so I'm gonna break away for a second and go pick those up. These are the tires I ended up finding. They're in pretty good shape. They're a few years old, but there's no dry rot or anything, and they got a lot of tread, so they'll work just fine. And this one will work for a spare. They're 35s, and they were only 150 bucks, so I'll take it. I ended up getting rained out yesterday, so I didn't get much done. After I went and got my tires, I got the jack put on, I got the step put on, which I think I'm going to end up cutting back off because I changed my mind about something. I've decided I want to make this thing 80 inches wide, so that requires that I put little outriggers on here. I need 7 inches wider on each side, so that way I can make it where I can fit my side-by-side inside of this rig. So if that sticks out 7 inches more, then the step's going to be like halfway under the wall, so got to cut that back off. So I just got done notching these so it'll fit in there like that, and I can weld it. It'll make it a little bit more stronger than just butt welding it like that, and then you have that big gap in there. Sure, my neighbors are loving me right about now, as I've cut about 1,000 of these. Went and picked these up. 60 bucks. Now, gotta put them on the tires, or put the tires on these. I'll show you how. Yes, I could pay somebody to put these on for me. It would be probably about 20 bucks a wheel, but it's just for a trailer and they don't need to be balanced, so yeah, I'll use that. That's $60 on something else. First, you're gonna need a bucket. Put your rim on the bucket. Then you're gonna steal your wife's Dawn, and you're gonna put it on there generously. You're gonna wanna do the same for this. Get the water out of your tire first. The bucket really worked good. Now, being that this rim is so narrow, I don't even have to use the old carb cleaner trick. That bead's sitting right on the rim, so it should air right up. And just like that, mounted my own tires the hard way, all to save 60 bucks. One more. It's too easy. Would you just look at that? It's starting to look kind of cool. Fit in there quite nicely. think we'll make do with that. Now that I got my tires on here, I can see about where my fenders need to be. A little small. I've got to deal with all of that openness that's going to be right inside of the camper. I think this steel here is just rusty enough to work. One last thing before I start getting this thing ready for paint. My siding's gonna come down over this. Yeah, nice nails. So I think I'm gonna weld this tubing on here. So that'll give me something to run my siding down to, and it'll make it where I can put a high lift jack on the corners and not bend my siding up. This is just some old water pipe. I've got a whole pile of it that I got for free, so might as well use it for something. Now when I have my wall here, my siding can come right down to it and butt into this, and that'll give it a nice finished edge. And I'll be able to pick it up, change the tire, whatever, get it unstuck, whatever happens. And now I can do that instead of just having siding flopping in the breeze and it would just break off, put a jack on it, so. I got it cleaned up, at least where I want it to be cleaned up. All the stuff you're gonna see, I went over, made it look like something, so when it's painted it'll be pretty. But as far as inside, underneath, I don't really care. This trailer's like 100 years old, and down here in south it really doesn't rust much. It's just surface rust on it, so I really ain't worried about it. And I don't have time to fool with it, so if you want to watch somebody do it right, you're on the wrong channel. So I'm just going to be using this Rust-Oleum gloss black. Again, something I had left over. Just gonna thin it down with some acetone and spray it. Alright, well, that's all I got for you for today. Fender's on. We widened it, I think 14 inches overall. Put these little rub rail things on the sides. Painted it. Put all new suspension under it. We even got Fox shocks. Got some tires. Just messed up my wet paint. Got some rims. Put those on. And we even got a little camper step. It's gonna be fancy. If you like this kind of video and you want to see more of me building stuff out of garbage, give this video a thumbs up and maybe subscribe if you really liked it. Gives me a little bit of motivation to keep doing it.